All right, so you're welcome again. This is still about young persons who are blazing the trail, who are trying to come out, prove their mettle, and of course take action rather than just sit back, watch and complain. I bring to you today somebody who is contesting in the forthcoming local government election in Lagos State. He said he's tired of just talking and watching, and then he has already obtained his nomination form, gone to declare that he's going to come out to contest councillorship in his own ward. I'm going to reveal to you just in a jiffy, and then he's going to tell you his ward, his name, and he's going to tell you why he thinks he is most qualified. But I want to warn, please, this is not a campaign. It's just projecting people who are doing extraordinary things other than just sit back and complain. Do your due diligence. But I am going to do my own, which is that I want to make sure that I encourage young persons who are not just sitting back, watching and complaining. So welcome to the house, Abiola Marshal. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Yes, very good. So quickly, the audience would like to meet you. You know your personality. Of course, the name rings bell, but of course, prove to them that it's not just about the profile of your father. So introduce yourself and explain why you think you are in the best capacity to be the councillor in your ward.
My name is Prince Abiola Ayinde Marshal. To the glory of God, I am running for the councillor to become the next councillor of Akbena Ward F3 Isolo SCDA. And we've been into this thing for a while, trying to project what they need, what is lacking in the community, what is supposed to be in place, and all of these things we've been doing. We've been trying our best to reach out to people. As a youth, I've been virtually in all areas.
Sorry to cut you there. Let me quickly ask. The name rings bell, Ayinde Marshal. Are you related to the legendary musician Ayinde Marshal, KWAM1?
Yes, I am. He's my father, and I'm blessed to be his son.
A lot of people love your father because they love his music and they love what he's doing. So does that translate to your own ability to be able to also deliver what they want?
I must confess at this stage that for me to even want to aspire to be the next councillor, he was by his grace. He was the one that said, if you feel you want to do it, these are the essential things you must have. These are the things you must know. And looking at him alone, you learn everything about the grassroots, because this is one person that is so concerned about his community, is so concerned about people, is so concerned about adding value. And he told me, you need to be humble, you need to be accessible, you need to reach out, you need to have a mind of what your people want. And by the special grace of God, I think I've learned so much from the way he has even built his brand, and which centers around people. And I feel that with so much I have been able to learn from him, I should be able to give that.
But one curiosity I have is, your father is so powerful in society. I mean, he is somebody that a lot of people respect a lot. So if he wants you to join politics, why councillorship? Would he not just say, okay, I can support you up to the level you start with chairmanship or you start with governorship? I mean, why councillorship if you have his support?
Good question. It has to do with what you want. My father won't impress you that because you're his son, that you should be the next chairman. It has to be like, are you prepared? It's been my dream to actually start from, the lowest point, so that I want to first of all impact my own immediate community, which is my ward. I want to reach out to those ones first of all before I now take it to the next level. And as you know, being a councillor gives you an opportunity to showcase what you can do before you now say you want to translate it into the whole of the local government. So it's not about my father saying I want you as the chairman. It's about what your dream is. I'm so passionate about my community, and I feel it's not about the position, it's about service delivery, what you want to do. there's so many little things I feel we should be able to do within my area. And as a councillor, it gives me the ample opportunity of doing those things in an official capacity.
So let me check also how much of the area or the ward or the immediate grassroots community you want to represent do you know? Can you demonstrate, like, what are the first few things you would like to touch? I mean, in what way do you intend to impact in people within the immediate grassroots community?
Thank you. There's this perception that councillorship or being a councillor is you're a nobody. But for me, I feel there are a lot of things that you can actually do as a councillor. You are a leader in the community. You have to stand up for your people at all time. And being a youth, there are so many youths within my ward, and I feel they need direction, they need mentorship, they need someone to invest in their talent. And I'm talking about reorientation, making them to know that they actually have a future, and that future is now. Bringing resourceful people into the area to come mentor them, to come tell them what they need to know. So many people have this skill, one skill or the other, but because of the lack of proper orientation, they just allow the skill die. They allow their dreams fade away. So for me, I want to first of all work on the psyche of the youth, to be the bedrock of leadership, and also to own our community, sort of a rebranding, so that you don't have youth engaging in activities that have no gain. Now also, you have the area of talent. When I was growing up in the area, we used to play football. Now, one of these things I feel is so important is in those areas, those talents, you can sing, you can rap, you're a good football player, you're an athlete, you're into one thing or the other. I feel they need a stage whereby they can expose those things, and I feel my people, the youth in my ward, have so much of that to showcase to the world. So I want to bring them to the limelight. Also, you have women, the old women, the elderly ones. It's so cheap. It doesn't cost much to give them treatment of all these little sicknesses and ailments that we don't really check. We don't look at it. So I look forward to working close with NGOs that offer these humanitarian services to people, you understand, at no cost. Let's take that burden off them. Let's give them hope that is not you must not have money before you can get health care. You understand? By the time we bring people into the community, they'll be able to look at their health status and tell them, so that you don't need to just die, because everybody's just looking about money, but they don't take proper care of themselves. Also, in the area of infrastructure renewal, we've been doing this project, which is clearing the drainages for years. So I feel we can complement the efforts of the local government and the state government by getting people to volunteer to do these things. So we're also looking at that direction. And also, I intend to bring the attention of the state government and through the local government into my area. We need good roads.
You want to bring the presence of the state government to your...
Yes, because we have so many roads that link each other. And I feel maybe because there's not this voice, you understand. I remember when we had the issue of electricity, lack of electricity, and we just had to stand up to tell these people that you don't give us light, but you always bring this crazy bill. So until some people stood up, that was when the others joined. So I feel it's proper for us to have this leadership, this sense of belonging, sense of direction, trying to give hope to these people that this is our area. We will be able to do it. If anything, we won't be able to work if we don't own it, if we don't do it ourselves. So through my own leadership of the area, of the world, I intend to bring people on board to look at all these areas, how we can actually change things. How can we invite the presence of government to know that these are projects that you should do for us.
All right, so how long have you been, because you mentioned that your dad encouraged you if that is what you want, and then you said, of course, I want councillorship to start with. How long have you been dreaming about councillorship before you eventually said, Daddy, I don't want to think about this, I already know what I want, councillorship? How long have you been dreaming it?
Well, I'll say right from when Ayinde Marshal, the former governor of Lagos, was still in power. I used to look at his charisma. I used to look at the way he was so passionate about people. And also, you must not forget that my father, being a grassroots person, I always look at him like he doesn't sleep until late night. He's always concerned about, people trying to solve one issue or the other. So I just look at myself. I think I was still young, quite young. That was far back as 2001 stroke 2002, and I appreciated the value that Ashwaju brought into Lagos, especially in my area, from an area that was not known. All of a sudden, everybody knows, to the extent that the vice president, was in my area some months back to commission our road. Also, to add, if you look at the progressive politics in Lagos, the likes of the former governor, also BRF, and also the governor now, Ambode, he encourages you, to want to do this thing. And again, as a youth, I feel if you take the back seat, who would do it? So if I have this passion, if I have a father who is encouraging me, who has invested so much in me, why don't I come forward and showcase what I have? So I feel, for me, it's been back then, I always wanted to just give my community a voice. And, we've been doing this thing. It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
All right, so finally, I want to check. If you emerge eventually in this election, if you become the councillor in your ward, would you be moving on from there, like climbing up the ladder? Do you want to build a career in politics, or would you be changing career afterwards?
It is to God to decide the future of any man. I don't want to sound too ambitious or too confident.
You're now beginning to sound like your father, He chooses his words carefully too.
So I feel, for me, God will lead us. Let's first of all, by the special grace of God, if I emerge as the candidate representing Akbeno Ward F3 under our great party, the APC, All Progressive Congress.
You will pay for advert too.
I will see. I think God will lead us. The Holy Spirit will direct you.
Well, you just can't tell for now.
For now, I think it's too early, because we've not even started the assignment before us. So let's just, keep our fingers crossed. Anything can happen.
All right, now, so lastly, just talk to the audience. Just tell them what they should look forward to, and then tell them whatever you feel they should about this coming election.
I like to say that my message goes to the youth first. Please, we need to believe in ourselves. We need to know that Nigeria belongs to all of us. We need to know that we are the future, and the future is now. I would like to encourage every youth to not feel discouraged by any challenge before you. Politics is not dirty. It is dirty for those that choose to make it dirty for themselves. I look forward to providing sound leadership in my ward by the special grace of God. If I emerge the next councillor, I intend to invest in youth development, which is talent, bringing talent within my ward to limelight. Also to provide sort of poverty alleviation. There's a scheme I call market support scheme, and my team has said that we'll change it to business support scheme. For those of them that are involved in business, we want to provide just this sort of facility to encourage them to stay in business, and also to encourage our young ladies that they can actually become whatever they want to be. And not to forget, if you're anywhere around Lagos, you've not heard about the next thing, I will personally tell you there's something happening, and you heard it from me, Youth Next. Anywhere you are in Nigeria, anywhere you are in Lagos, please make sure you join that organization. It's the next thing in Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, and that's a wrap. Youth Next. And don't forget, they said ladies, you can be anything you want, like Moremi, like Linda Ekechi. Moremi Ojuju is actually right behind the camera. It's alright, so that's a wrap today. I see you another time when I have another guest. Take care. Stay tuned. This is Objective Media. Like us, continue to comment. Let your comments keep flowing in, and don't forget, it's Youth Next.